Well, hello and welcome to Outdoor Oklahoma. I'm Todd Craighead. You know, it's often said that today's youth are tomorrow's future. And when it comes to preserving our outdoor heritage, well, it's essential that we pass on that heritage to the students of today. That's why we at the Wildlife Department have made such a strong effort to introduce hunting and fishing to literally thousands of young people in Oklahoma. We created and implemented what we call our campfire model. So what is the campfire model? In 2004, the Wildlife Department introduced the Archery in the Schools program that was being used in several other states. Just a handful of schools implemented the program that first year, and now more than 500 schools across the state are teaching archery in the schools. So back to this campfire model. We started out with one log, our Archery in the Schools program. Well, that log started a spark, and then we began to add more programs or logs to the campfire. And today that campfire is burning strong as we now have 6 different curriculums that schools are implementing in their outdoor education classes all over the state. Archery in the Schools, Hunter Education, Explore Bowhunting, Fishing in the Schools, Explore Bowfishing, and Scholastic Shooting Sports. Thanks to our outdoor education campfire model, thousands and thousands of students are receiving daily exposure to hunting and fishing right there in school.
You know, what's kind of neat about how our program started when they originated in 2004 with the Archery in the Schools program is just one curriculum. And back then there was a few schools that were doing an outdoor physical education class. Now, since we have so many different curriculums and materials, a lot of our schools have created specifically an outdoor PE class where they teach these programs as part of their physical education class. All these programs come with an equipment kit as well as curriculums that the school can use. And the great thing about them is they can implement them when it fits into their curriculum. It doesn't rely on us showing up and doing a program. They've got everything at their disposal, so if they want to do something on Monday that's a archery program, and then on Tuesday they do fishing, they can do that.
So this is our last activity with Explore Bowhunting, with the book we just finished. Your test last week. So this is the last activity. We're going to review real quick, and then we're going to make, some of you did this last year, it's a fun activity. We're going to make the vitals, and we're going to shoot through the vitals and decide what organ we've hit based on, you know, what we see on the arrow. My name is Brad Cowan. I teach outdoor education here at Locust Grove Middle School. The programs I use in my classroom that are provided by the Department of Wildlife are the Hunter Education Program, the National Archery in the Schools Program, Explore Bowhunting, National Fishing in the Schools Program, Scholastic Shooting Sports of Oklahoma Program, and Bowfishing in the Schools Program. All right, with that, can anybody just kind of look at me instead of looking at the board and tell me what the lungs do? Katie, you're looking at the board. Caleb, what's the lungs do? Usually in class each year through the curriculum, we'll educate approximately between 100 and 150 students, and they receive all of the outdoor education programs that the Department of Wildlife offers. Today in the outdoor education program, we were finishing up the Explore Bowhunting workbook. And there's an activity in that workbook that teaches the students the anatomy of a white-tailed deer. And with that, we build the lungs, we build the heart, we build the liver and the stomach. So the lungs, you're going to need 2 1-gallon Ziploc bags. Now your job is fairly easy. You're going to use those 5 bottles, and you're going to fill this up. This is to about 3/4 of the way. That's about the size of a lung.
Give us 2 drops, Lily.
For the lungs, we'll use, the lungs have a pink and foamy structure, so we'll use Cool Whip and food coloring. So even if they get it on their hands, they can just, they get to taste the Cool Whip, so they like that.
I had this on my pancakes this morning.
And you're gonna have some oatmeal, and you're gonna also have some water. And then for the stomach contents, the kids kind of get grossed out because we put grass and we put coffee grounds and creamed corn, baby rice, water, and anything to make it kind of look gross and smell a little weird.
Grass, cream of corn, coffee grounds, Gerber rice cereal, and oatmeal.
You got the different colors, bright red and you got a dark color. For the liver, we use strawberry jam because it's a dark color. For the heart, it's a brighter red, so we use Jello.
I don't know what flavor it is, but it's Jello, red Jello.
We have our stomach. What do we have here? Liver. Let me see the heart. Our heart should be a lot brighter red than our liver. Is it? Okay, it is. We have our liver. We have our heart, our lungs. So in the body of the deer, it's going to set kind of like this. Then the liver is going to be behind it right here. And right behind the liver is going to be our stomach. And we place them inside of a concrete tube in the correct way that you'd find one inside a deer. So this is basically our abdominal cavity that houses our lungs and our liver and our heart and our stomach. And so we're going to build this and have a shot opportunity and base. We're going to cover it up and we're going to see if we can figure out what we hit based on the color of the arrow. And we shoot the deer and we discuss what organ we have you hit based upon the color and the texture of the blood on the arrow. Okay. Based on this, what do you think we've hit? If we've hit the stomach, you can look at an arrow and you can even smell your arrow. It's going to smell pretty rank just because of the stomach content. I can smell this. Do you smell anything? You smell anything bad? I don't smell anything bad. Everything I smell smells good, like Cool Whip, actually.
Oh, that does.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess we've either hit, based on this, probably the lungs. All right, because there's not a lot of blood. Maybe got a little bit of the liver. So let's look inside the tube and let's see what she has hit. It should have, the body cavity will fill up with blood. So do you see anything that's been hit inside there? I see some liver, and I see some lung that's been hit.
Our liver got hit pretty bad.
Okay, so the liver has been hit, so what's that tell us? What should we do? Maybe you want to wait 2 hours before we start to trail our deer? Before the department offered some of these programs, I had already been teaching an outdoor education class. But with their help, I've been able to broaden any horizons I would thought of being able to teach inside the classroom. With the incorporation of the shotguns in the school system, the explore bow hunting, the bow fishing, the fishing in the schools, all these things became available just at my fingertips, and I was able to implement them right into my curriculum and really broaden out what I was able to teach in class just by the Department of Wildlife incorporating these things into educators. You're shooting the bow kind of like this, okay? I want you to loosen up a little bit. Come out here. Let's get this good T. See how I got a T from my front hand to my back hand, my back elbow? See my body is straight up and down here? Okay, you're wanting to crunch up and shoot like this, okay, with your elbow down. I think schools across the state are realizing how good of a program it is to teach something that's a lifelong activity for these kids to do in the school system. Follow through, guys. Follow through that back hand. Paint your face, touch that back shoulder, get a good follow through.
I'm a big proponent of lifelong learning, and I think that this is a class that they can learn things that they're going to use for the rest of their life.
Stay back here, release, back shoulder, okay?
I've never shot a bow until this class, and I really enjoy it now that I am.
Use a paintbrush, paint your face, touch your back shoulder.
I feel like I'm learning something, and I feel like it's a really good thing to have.
And I recommend it because I think every school in Oklahoma wants kids with character, wants kids with respect, commitment, and this program teaches that.
They didn't have anything like this when I was growing up. I so wish they would have had a program like this so that I could have learned all of these resources, and so this handful of kids that has nowhere else to fit in would have had somewhere to fit in, and so we'd have learned all these fish and learned where to hunt and all these things. It's just a really great program. And it's helping kids to learn about our environment, build their self-esteem, find a place they belong. It's just a really, really great program for our youth.
Now we've got schools, Jenks, Edmond, Oklahoma City District Schools, Tulsa District Schools, down to the smallest K through 8th grade school that's doing the programs, and kids enjoy it and the schools enjoy offering it. So Now it doesn't really matter because what size district. Teachers are professionals and they do a great job of implementing these programs and ensuring that they're done safely as their school requires. And when they see their kids having fun, they'd much rather teach something that their kids enjoy than something that half the class or 3/4 of the class doesn't want to participate in.
What carry provides the best muzzle control? Yes, sir. The two-handed carry. Why do you think that is? I start off with the year with hunter education. It is a prerequisite to everything that I do here at Chandler Public Schools. My administration, talking to me and the school board, had voted to start this program, and I presented to them the curriculum that was shown to me by the Wildlife Department, Education Department. And with that, I was able to formulate a curriculum that fit the individual needs of this community. When unloading a firearm, where should you point the muzzle? Yes, ma'am. In a safe direction. Whereas what? That's right. If it did go off, it wouldn't get hurt. Teachers in the state of Oklahoma are busy, and so anytime that I don't have to write up a curriculum or write a test and things of this nature saves me a lot of time, and I can incorporate it easily into a curriculum like outdoor skills here. Holding this card is a huge responsibility, okay? And I'm going to hold it to you guys to be safe at all times. Megan Ellis, is your dad going to be happy? Your mom will? Okay. Zoe, the natural habitat in our surrounding area, we see it declining every day. Anything that we can teach our young kids how to boost the environment, our native environment, our wildlife environment, and you know, such things, and I always bring up to them, you know, don't lay that trash in Oklahoma. What you take into the woods, bring out of the woods, because it has devastating effects on our wildlife, our fishing, our aquatics, and just to teach them that what you do, what footprint you put on this earth matters, and what you can do to make it a better place for you, your future, and your kids' future. And that is what these kids, I think, need to know more than anything.
It gives them a venue, and it gives them an excitement and enthusiasm to get outside. It's a sport that anybody can do, and it's cool because when they see that they can do it, it's a sport they can actually do. The light in their eyes, it's so exciting. Make sure you keep your shoulders down and relaxed. Take a breath before you shoot. We all come together as a group and a team and support each other. And I see an immense value in that. The support, there's a camaraderie. We're a team, we're a group, we're like a family. If it weren't for Oklahoma, the Department of Wildlife, we wouldn't exist. Because they did the training and they provided the grant money and they set us up. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. I've had parents come to me in tears thanking me. I don't want to cry. But I've had parents come to me and thank me because they see their kids just blossom. You know, it's exciting.
We're the only state that's offering the whole suite of programs that I've listed, the 6 different things that the teachers can teach at school. A lot of other states are doing 1 or 2 or 3 of those. They started with the archery program, now they're doing Explore Bowhunting. Explore Bowfishing is something that we put together and is getting ready to come out with the Archery Trade Association this year, actually, with a curriculum. We created our own and turned it over to them. So it's just now getting going. We've also provided several states our fishing in schools curriculum that we developed at Oklahoma that are starting to do this similar model. In a lot of cases, it's working smarter, not harder, because we provide, like I said, these schools, these curriculums, and they take off and use them.
White, okay, striped, and we have a hybrid in between the two, okay? Now, what we Okies call perch are actually sunfish. Okay, most common type is, we will start off the unit with fish identification, learn about the different species of fish. And then we will go into different types of equipment, rods, reels, lures, different types of line, and then we'll start, how do we tie our lines, how do you rig a line. And I try to keep it pretty general, cover any type of fishing, because who knows where they're going to go trout fishing, catfishing, crappie fishing, it's all different. I love teaching this subject, and being able to hunt and fish connected me to the outdoors, and I want to spread that to my kids. I want them to learn to love the outdoors. I don't hunt as much as I used to. I don't fish as much as I used to, but I still have an affinity and a love for the nature and the outdoors that we have, and we're blessed with such a diverse outdoor opportunities in Oklahoma. And for the kids to miss those opportunities, this is a great opportunity for them to get a taste of that and then get to explore it on their own later. So we got hooks, we got weights. I don't have floats. I went and bought some more floats for you guys. So if you need that stuff. All right, worms. Got a worm buddy? Share. The Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation is a huge contributor to this class. Their influence is felt everywhere. They supplied, through the Fishing in the Schools program, most of those fishing poles and the equipment that we get to take with us today. Fishing with my father will always be a great memory for me, and my grandfather. The summers that I got to spend with my grandparents on Lake Eufaula, those are lifelong memories, and they still touch my heart. Fishing with my dad, and I hope that when I take these kids fishing that they'll start to develop those fond memories, and maybe they can take somebody fishing, and that will pass on and continue to pass on to different generations. But it was just a part of growing up for me. It was quality time with my parents and my grandparents.
The biggest goal or objective for providing them with these outdoor curriculums is, number one, educating them about who pays for wildlife conservation, the North American model. It's the user, the hunters and the anglers pay for wildlife conservation, not just in Oklahoma, but across the United States, either through purchasing their hunting and fishing licenses or purchasing of equipment kits, or equipment that they use, guns, ammunition, bows, arrows. Whether those kids ever start to hunt or fish, it's really up to them. The main goal is just to educate our students about the importance of wildlife conservation, the important role that hunting and fishing play in maintaining our wildlife resources that everybody likes to see and enjoy, whether they hunt or fish or not. They enjoy seeing different wildlife species out there. The secondary goal is hey, we want to give students an opportunity, enough of an opportunity to where, because society's gotten away from the rural environment where a lot of people grew up, and those in a lot of cases were traditional users, hunters and anglers, is to give those kids that experience and let them decide then if they want to take up the sport of hunting and fishing.
Good grouping, guys. I'm seeing some nice grouping.
Good. Hey, sit. Now see how you're squeezing? Look at your hand. See how you're squeezing that? Let's open that up a little bit, and this won't happen. The help of the Department of Wildlife has been unreal. There's some things that we could do in class, but the funds sometimes just aren't there. And with what they're doing, providing most of this education for free, it's just been unreal what we can do in class and what they're providing for us every day. So it's pretty neat to have all that stuff at your fingertips, all the resources that we have available for us as educators to teach these things. So it's pretty neat that the Department of Wildlife is putting all this stuff out there for educators to use.
So we're going to take the two ends, fold them over, grab the folded part, push that through the eye of the hook. Then we're going to pretend or start to tie a knot, but don't tighten it. leave the loop. I would highly encourage every school district in the state to get an outdoor education class. For one thing, it gives them another elective. It helps spread their student body out. But especially in urban and suburban areas where kids may not get an opportunity to go outside and experience the outdoors, they can at least learn about it so that when they get that opportunity, they can.
We have seen and heard from teachers is, you know, kids love to do these outdoor activities. We've gotten away from the outdoors as a society, but kids want to be in the outdoors. They want to get their hands dirty. They want to shoot bows. They want to catch fish. It's just a matter of we've got to prioritize it and ask them to go and teach them how to do it, providing that equipment and getting them interested and using our model, which keeps them interested throughout the entire school year.
For more information about using any of the department's education curriculums in your school, visit wildlifedepartment.com/education. Hey, thanks for joining us today. For all of us at your wildlife department, we'll see you right here next time on Outdoor Oklahoma. Okay, who brought the s'mores?
Nobody.
Nobody. Oh.
I think I left them in my stomach.